This is my impersonation of Ziggy Marley being interviewed by High Times magazine. So Ziggy, your dad had 12 kids, but I thought ganja drained your life blaster dry. Ziggy Marley replies, fake news, man. Can I get a holla for an old school A-plus gem that completely destroyed this Jamaican farmer who used to live literally right next door to the Bob Marley Museum, who now works at Harvest Moon, the local farm for me here in North Salem, in God's country as well. Holla. Thank you very much. They should change the name of session IPAs to Circumcise Happiness. All Lives Matter is the new N-word. It's sad but true. And while we're on the subject of changing names, the new New York State slogan should become, oh boy, new book pitch for the great American Jew novel that is only 110 pages. The great American super long short story, Can I Get a Holla, for A-plus one-liner galores. Holla. Thank you very much. They don't call me Michael the Motor Cornbluth on Yelp for nothing. And this is why. God bless Northwell Health. Go Health Urgent Care. I was in and out of here faster than Bill Clinton on his wedding night with Hammer Time Cankles as he cooed. Ooh, Jennifer Flowers, squirt, sweet dreams, Hillary, good night, zonk. Can I get a holla, for the best is yet to come, holla. Thank you very much. The office is immaculate, and my patch-up job, after almost slicing my finger off from a Black & Decker motorized hedge cutter, because my wife was insisting that the back of our house was looking too overtly white trashy for her taste. So I got to work to appease my wife, because I didn't want to be a eternal deplorable in her eyes, especially after Trump wins again by a historic landslide in less than 2 months, because this Trump train is bound for glory. So back to the Yelp pitch. So after almost slicing my finger off from a Black & Decker motorized hedge cutter, the patch-up work that I had received in Northwell Health, Go Health Urgent Care, was delicate, intricate, fuss-free handiwork of the least annoying, ultra-efficient kind. Give thanks and praises for Northwell Health, Go Health Urgent Care. You can't compete with this level of personalized, ultra-attentive service. Go Health Urgent Care is a superior scoring charter school that goes above and beyond to offer specialized care for all, even those who bleed red, white, and blue. Can I get a holla for being on the right side of history, for defending charter schools, because it's the only chance for poor Urkels to get the fuck out of hell, holla. Thank you very much. Well, I don't agree with you politically. Obviously, we don't see eye to eye. So you support the idea that the white man is inherently evil and lives to suppress the black man, despite the fact that guaranteed money exists in the NBA and not in the NFL, because guaranteed NBA money, especially when you're a colossal lottery pick bust like Greg Oden, is so oppressive. Holla. Thank you very much. So I sent a note pitch in honor of my 2 new books, now available on audio on Kobo, the best audio book production site of all time, The Great American Jew Novel, a coming-of-age midlife crisis reinvention tale about a 9-year-old Beshert daughter, who becomes her unemployed stay-at-home comedian dad's agent to make sure that he doesn't give up on capitalizing off his special brand of funny just yet, and ends up getting his comedy go-mobile for his eventual victory lap to make his do-it-all dad year come true. Can I get a holla for nailing that pitch and taking my time in the process while wooing in the process? I said process twice. I don't give a fuck. Holla. Thank you very much. And the other book that I pitched to Ricky Gervais was Resist This, a 2-hour pre-election comedy special about the resistance insanity that's ensued since Hillary Hammertime Cankles lost fair and square to the relentless optimist slash big bad blonde wolf in the White House because she's an unhuggable cunt. So let's see. My opening one-liner to Ricky Gervais, my hooker was, I really wish you had a speck of Jew in you so we can claim you as our own, but nobody's perfect. Can I get a holla for a Billy Wilder homage reference, and to also busting Ricky Gervais's balls for being the most famous, hilarious atheist of all time, but also saying, I'd like you to be part of our tribe because you're so funny, but no one's perfect. Holla. Thank you very much. Although I'm sure Ricky Gervais has different ideas on what is perfect. So I'm still trying to figure out how to get my book, The Great American Jew Novel. Technically speaking, now I'm considering it more of the Great American, super long, short story. Yeah, but I want to get that to Quentin Tarantino because I really think he'd love it. And he just married an Israeli, and he's learning Hebrew. So, and I would love to impress him with my prose. Because I remember reading that not too long ago. He said that he'd write novels if he could. I think he's being self-deprecating. But I would love to impress Tarantino. That'd be awesome. That would trigger my brother forever. God, I got no hate in my heart for my brother. I just have an issue when, he just decides to throw in bullshit and about how we've been such a racist society since the dawn of time. And I'm like, go woke yourself. Move to Canada with your alleged best friend from boarding school. They haven't talked to in 20,000 years. But, now you're close because, he gave a boring speech at your wedding. That's fine. It wasn't a boring speech. It was a nice speech. I got to be honest, I wasn't even paying attention because I had it catered to my son Samuel, which is fine. No big deal. But all I know is that his wife, who's super cool, who I cleared my joke with ahead of time before I gave my speech to my brother, where I said, hey, let's give it up for my brother's friend from boarding school, Cam from Canada. Cam from Canada. Make yourself at home and hit somebody. So Jim Carrey can paint you as an alt-right goon for hire in Charlottesville, shipped in on a Greyhound, wearing a polo shirt and tiki torches, looking like you're a rejected extra from the Sears catalog in '89. Can I get a holla? Getting ultra mileage, comedic dumpage from my complete bomb debacle of a speech at my brother's wedding, while completely going into the fire with my Bill Maher blast and everything else in between. Holla. Thank you very much. My brother, what do you know about being oppressed? I went to boarding school and had people throw pennies at me and call me a kike and blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not my fault that 4 decades later you still only hear last call from the bathroom stall and that you make Hunter Biden look like a serial underachiever. I might have screwed up that joke, but I don't care. But, yeah, sorry. I'm not going to feel bad for you. I mean, I did feel bad for you, but not anymore. Because he asked, how are you so oppressed? Well, I'm not going to bitch about it, but I'm not going to answer his question. But to answer the question to my audience, how am I oppressed? Well, I've been trying to feed my family for 4 years, providing nothing but A plus Gemry, making fun of the king of the persecution complex, LeBron James, Princess Diva Diaries, who can't even answer a question about, cops being shot point blank. Thea in LA. Now, of course, he has no comment because all he's done is perpetuate the narrative that every black man in America is America's most haunted, and it's fake news bullshit. And I connected with the guy at ESPN. I feel bad because he's a nice guy. I mean, he is not a spokesperson for Max Kellerman, but here Max Kellerman, on Breitbart, he's like going off about how all these protests are peaceful and quiet riots my ass, and he didn't say that, but he was going off about how it's the right wing people that are stirring up all the $2 billion worth of damage done since the dawn of time, since these riots began, and I'm just so sick of it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But the thing is, I'm just so tired of this, like, East Coast elitist, like, holier than thou petulance. This, well, I don't agree with you politically. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? A, you were never political. And B, it's either you support the best friend Israel never had, and that being President Donald Trump, or you don't. Or you support law and order, and you don't support a bunch of fucking vigilante, wannabe, Punisher, fascist scumbags, or not. I mean, it's not that complex. I don't agree with you politically. Either you believe in real election interference being perpetual lies spread by the media or not. Either you believe that Obama did nothing but cause this freaking full-blown ongoing assault on the police while perpetuating lies such as hands up, don't shoot, or not. It's not that complex. And like, I love it when people they downplay the Obama impact. He is the most shadowy piece of shit ex-president of all time. Every other ex-president is supposed to know the role, shut the fuck up, and go away. And he just keeps on slipping and falling and can't shut up. And if you don't see that, then, you just don't want to recognize the truth, or you're just a fucking moron. I really don't have any time for you in my life anymore. I really, really don't. So, I got a good friend of mine, Jones. He's doing well. He's in Florida. He's a financial planner, and he's involved in this text exchange, with small friends from high school. I don't respond anymore after a little tiff I had not too long ago. Not to bore you, but he made a comment saying, one of my old friends was saying, well, JK says Trump blows. And he's like, well, actually, JK has a brain and he actually uses it and he knows what's at stake. So the question is, what's at stake? Okay, so freedom of speech is obviously at stake. And complete freaking normalcy. But, for me, like, what's at stake during this election is, just real truth and good prevailing. Like, that's what matters to me. And, I really hope that, more people, recognize, the God-given good, of our country and, what it offers people, who work hard and don't make excuses and don't play the victim card. And, after all this rioting and the China issue, Corona, and my brother, well, I just wish like New York City, could, find like someone in the middle, not someone like Giuliani, who only like cleaned up the city, was here during 9/11, but someone that's obviously not some like left-wing radical activist that just like lets people run wild and jerk off in Grand Central and shoot heroin in the streets and shoot everything with no cops, but something in the middle. Okay, and that's fine, and you could talk a big game, younger bro, but what the fuck do you think Trump represents? He's not extreme alt-right. He's obviously not far left. He's a fucking centrist like Teddy Roosevelt, okay? He represents the American will, which the elitist media and all the fucking arrogant baby boomers have done everything in their power to try to overturn and supersede and reject because their petty, fucking pathetic egos can't deal with the fact that he's a God-loving patriot who is not a scumbag who actually cares about the betterment of the American dream. So I don't want to talk politics, but my brother ruined it for you, so blame him. This is the Do It All Dad Year podcast, dad-friendly entertainment for you and me. Controlling our kids' economy can make our kids great again. My 3 fuss-free kids, 98.7% of the time, are living proof of it. Now, on audio books through Kobo, Control My Kids' Economy, a love story, Resist This, pre-election comedy special, and The Great American Jew Novel. The ultimate trifecta. You're welcome, and I'll talk to you guys soon.